Hello, teachers. Here we have cells. I already have discussed atoms and molecules, and here I'm going to discuss about cell. Cell discovery. It was discovered by Robert Hooke in 1655. At that time, he was looking for a piece. He was looking at a piece of cork under a microscope. He saw open spaces in the cork, and there resembled rooms which monks used to live in called cells. Okay, yeah, that's where the name cells come from. Okay, so we have this theory: all living things are made of cells. That's true. Cells are the basic unit of structure, and function. Basically, a cell is a living thing. This is the basic unit of life, and this is why it's called the basic unit, because everything inside the cell, it is having what's that? It is doing the basic biological processes in life. All cells come from other cells. Why? Because all cells usually undergo cellular division. Okay, here we go. We're going to study about the organelles of the cells found in plants and animals. The first one is cell membrane. Okay, cell membrane actually is the membrane that surrounds the cell. It protects the cell. That's the purpose, function. And it is semi-permeable, meaning it lets some materials enter and keeps others out. Now, why is that so? Because actually cells are just allowing all those simple substances, like for example, sugar in the form of glucose, protein in the form of amino acids, and fats or lipids in the form of fatty acids. Okay, and actually we have three kinds of membranes, or three types of membranes, and the first one is permeable membrane. That means it allows everything to get inside. And we have the semi-permeable membrane, and others is non-permeable. And lets food and oxygen and water in the cell, and it lets wastes leave the cell. Okay, there you go. Next one, we have the nucleus. The nucleus is the brain of the cell. It controls all the functions of the cell. Actually, all the functions of like mitochondria and all organelles inside the cell. Okay, so it's the brain of the cell. Next, chromosomes. Chromosomes contain all the information about the cells and its function. Also, it's a carrier, or we can find DNA in chromosomes. Okay, remember that. Next one, nucleolus. This is found inside the cell, and in the nucleus, and it manufactures ribosomes. And we all know that ribosomes is the site of protein synthesis, or where the proteins are being synthesized. I already have discussed the difference between hydrolysis and synthesis. Okay, in the first, I think, video in Let's Gen Ed 1 group. Okay, next one, mitochondria. Synthesis is when the micro or like simple molecules are being built up into bigger molecules or macromolecules, whereas the hydrolysis is the breaking down of these macromolecules into simpler substances. Okay, next one. Mitochondria, this is the powerhouse of the cell. Why it's powerhouse? This is where the food is converted to energy. They have the rod-like shape. Why it's powerhouse? One thing is like, this is another name for this, or fancy name is like site of protein synthesis. Site of cellular respiration. Okay, next one, cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is a gel-like structure inside the cell, and it is where all the organelles are found. You can find this one usually after the membrane until the outer layer of the nucleus. Okay, it's a gel-like structure, and all parts of the cell can be found in, correct. In the plasmic reticulum, or ER, actually we have two kinds of this. Anyway, we have as a maze or pathways. Another fancy name for this is transporter. ER in the transporter is ER, or in the plasmic reticulum, because ER in the plasmic reticulum serves as passageways, okay, or transporters. Anyway, ER carries proteins and other materials around the cell. Okay, we have smooth and rough ER. Or what makes rough in the plasmic reticulum rough is the presence of the ribosomes that are sticking on them. Okay, as you can see, this one, can you see that? This one, the red stuff. This one, there you go. You can see the red dots here. Those are what's this? Ribosomes that are sticking on the wrapped in the plasmic reticulum. There you go. Next one. We have the vacuoles. Okay, vacuoles are actually they are like trash bin of the cell. That's funny name. They store food, water, and waste until they are used or let out of the cell. Plant cells have one or two large vacuoles. Animal cells have many smaller ones. Okay, that's the difference between plant and animal also. Okay, vacuoles. They're trash bin of the cell. Next one, ribosomes. The job of ribosome is to make protein for the cell. What is protein? That's protein synthesis. Protein is used for growth and repair in the cell. Remember that. Protein is for repair. Yeah, like when you're wounded, actually those things that work on your wound are the proteins. Okay, Golgi bodies or other books they call this Golgi apparatus can be thought as the post office, or actually this is like packaging site of the cell. Okay, that's why it's called post office. Golgi bodies take proteins and newly formed materials, package them, and send them in other parts of the cell. Okay, this is the packaging site of the cell. Lysosomes, they're garbage collectors. They clean up crew, or they're the cleanup crew. They engulf all the dead organelles and other toxic materials inside the cell and bring them into the trash bin or the vacuoles. Okay, they break down large pieces of food. They also break down dead materials into usable materials inside the cell. Okay, peroxisomes. These structures take care of toxins. They do this so the cell isn't poisoned by these materials. If these materials or these like poisons or toxic substances is just allowed to stay inside the cell will die, and then it will affect the other cells near it. Okay, and near them. Next one, centrioles. This is actually functioning during the cell division. These organelles help the cell to divide only in animal cells. Centrioles present. Okay, remember that. Plant cells, chloroplast is present. We don't have this in the plants because chloroplast is the site of photosynthesis, which is the manufacturing process of the cell. Food manufacturing process. These are the green colored structures in the cell. Photosynthesis takes place inside the chloroplast. Okay, remember that. Cell wall also is only found in the cell, plant cell. The cell wall protects the plant cell. This is very important. The function is protection of the cell or plant cell. It is the hardest substance in the plant cell because it is made up of cellulose. It also helps to keep the shape of the cell. Remember that. Okay. I discussed this one, I think, when I discussed the cellulose, the starch, and the glycogen. I discussed about cellulose, which makes up the cell wall of the plant cell. Next one, here. You can go over with these questions. Anyway, this is the difference between bacterial cells and specialized cells. Okay. I hope these guys help you a lot, and I'll be posting more questions on cells. Okay, soon. Bye bye.